Okay.
Hello all, we welcome you to a new thrilling water park experience, the Triangle. Your ship just wrecked in the middle of the infamous Bermuda Triangle, and you made it out alive. Now all that's left to do is unlock the Triangle's centuries-old secrets. Will you find sea monsters, aliens, other humans? Has any living human ever walked these shores? Oh, what you will discover when you step into the Triangle.
So when we first started thinking about theme for the layout of our park, we thought that if we were going to use the Bermuda Triangle in any way, there's just no way that we could not incorporate a triangle shape into our park. So the triangle is our main path and wayfinding system that allows guests to move from island to island while always knowing where they are in the park. The park consists of 3 islands. Each island has a unique style, tone, and target audience to ensure that the park caters to every guest. The first island is Base Camp Island, the island that guests arrive on when entering the park. Next is Scavenger Island, a collection of washed up relics that have been lost at sea for ages. And finally, the third island is Creature's Keep, a thrilling and spooky monster-inhibited danger zone. We attempted to heavily reinvent the water park wave pool by creating a whirlpool-style wave pool, where instead of the water moving back and forth in a linear motion, the water is actually moving around in a circular motion. We believe this makes the traditional wave pool into something more thrilling and unique to our theme. The whirlpool wave pool serves as our park weenie and sits in the middle of the 3 islands. The center whirlpool that actually helps produce the waves is separated from guest access by a barrier wall, so guests cannot swim too close to it and they'll stay safe. Backstage areas form the perimeter of the park, allowing for employee services and access to every section of the park. And finally, the parking garage is in the southwest corner of the site with a dedicated themed entrance transporting guests from the garage to our main entrance on Base Camp Island.
As you step out of the wreckage of your ship and take your first look at the Triangle, you find yourself on one of 3 main islands connected by a luminous triangle. The island you're currently on seems to be inhabited by other victims of ship and plane wrecks. They call this Base Camp, and you learn that it's the safest of the 3 islands. However, Base Camp also seems to be where all of the wreckage lies. Base Camp's premier attraction is the First Fleet Aqua Coaster.
So when guests arrive at Base Camp Island, they enter through our main entrance gates that are themed like a huge ship wreckage site. A series of nearby bungalows house retail, dining, and lockers. The Down Diner, our major restaurant on Base Camp Island, can also be seen nearby. Base Camp Island has an ample amount of beach access leading to the Whirlpool wave pool. From the beach, both of the other islands are also visible. Finally, the First Fleet Aqua Coaster twists around and through the mountain above. Guests will notice a smoking plane wrecked into the side of the mountain where the Aqua Coaster actually enters. Overall, the tone of the island is adventure and excitement, and it caters to the whole family. There is something for all ages, and the thrill level is moderate.
So the Down Diner is our main heavily themed restaurant. I'm sorry, I think I'm getting a little feedback. It's our main heavily themed restaurant. The seating lines the aisles of the back half of a wrecked airplane. Flight attendants in tattered uniforms deliver your food and assist you throughout your meal. So stop in for one of our island famous Foggy Doggy hot dogs or a decadent sunken sundae for dessert. So next up, we have the First Fleet Aqua Coaster. The First Fleet Aqua Coaster is a thrilling experience for the whole family. 2 twin coasters are the icon of this attraction with their distinctive neon green and purple colors. You'll board a jet-themed ride vehicle on one of the 2 parallel tracks at the start of the ride. As you and your party take off at the start of this attraction, the coasters twist around each other, simulating a tight-knit flight pattern. The exposed slides allow riders of one coaster to keep the riders of the other coaster in sight as they twist around, above, and below each other. When the riders enter into the mountain, they pass through a thick layer of mist and fog before being completely separated from the other ride vehicle. In the mountain, audio and visual special effects will play, simulating the planes losing contact with each other and getting lost in the dense fog. After a winding, confusing time in the mountain, the planes will crash land on the other side of the mountain, leading to the ride exit. The Aqua Coaster is of moderate thrill level, allowing a fun time for the whole family.
When you've decided to finally venture outside the safety of Base Camp Island, you discover the next island, known as Scavenger Island. The native residents of the Triangle tell you that this is where everything that gets lost at sea washes up. A treasure trove of random items lie before you, towering like mountains, with a wide range of values spanning from old shoes to ancient relics. Scavenger Island's main attraction is the Finders Keepers Scavenger Hunt. Once the guest arrives on Scavenger Island, a world of attractions and activities lie before them. This island features Ransack Rapids, which is a family-style teamboat adventure around Scavenger Island. It also features the Spinning Compass Splash, a series of spaghetti slides that wind through the mountainside. And the island's premier attraction is Finders Keepers Scavenger Hunt, which is an interactive maze through the island looking for washed-up relics. Tot's Treasure Kiddie Zone is a splash pad-based playground for little ones to climb up, discover fun, and find relics. The overall tone of this island is discoverability and play. The target age group is younger children and their families, and the thrill level of this island is low. Finders Keepers is an interactive scavenger hunt for the whole family. Covering over 15,000 square feet of space, this multiple path maze hides over 100 unique treasures. Guests will receive a list of all the unique treasures to track their progress in the quest to discover them all. Some items are large and out in the open. Other items are a lot harder to find. This scavenger hunt allows guests that opt out of the high thrill attractions to experience a narrative of their very own.
Against the endless warnings from the inhabitants of Base Camp, you choose to venture out to the third most dangerous island, known as Creature's Keep. A maze of winding paths through thick brush lies ahead of you. As you traverse the jungle terrain, you cross paths with multiple legendary creatures and beings, sometimes only narrowly escaping. Creature's Keep's premier attraction is Battle of the Ancients, the Dark Ride.
As you wade through the thick brush of Creature's Keep, an exciting, thrilling new attraction or experience is around every corner. In the distance, an ancient temple towers over the island. Atop this temple is Tip Top Temple Plunge, a straight down plunge slide that is not for the faint of heart. The Jagged Rock Drop is another on the list of thrill seekers, with two drop slides measuring 6 and 8 feet drops into the pool below. Hidden deep inside the temple is Creature's Keep premier attraction, the Battle of the Ancients Dark Ride. And finally, we have Runaway Racers, a set of 5 lanes of racer slides that guests can hop on to dash down the slide of the temple. The tone of the island is spooky and thrilling, accommodating to a teenage adult target audience, and the thrill level of this island is very high.
Welcome to our premier dark ride experience, Battle of the Ancients. Journey into the depths of the ocean and discover treasures unknown, but beware, you are not alone on this expedition. Ancient myths of the deep blue stalk your every turn, and all hell breaks loose when these titans of the sea battle it out for their greatest treasure, your lives. Here you see your raft in the middle of the battle, which illustrates the climax of our attraction. Legend has it that long ago, settlers stranded in the triangle built an age-old temple of the ancients. The temple was built to honor as well as keep at bay the myths of the deep. Myths such as the Kraken, who was infamous for lunging out of the sea and bringing planes down to their demise. And then there's the myth of the sea serpent, who with a single bind could bring the largest of ships to the depths of the triangle. As you enter the temple, you are greeted with an overwhelming shrine dedicated to these two titans of the deep. For generations, the ancient people of the triangle were able to keep these monsters at bay, but due to your very presence, they have broken out of their keep cages. The ride vehicle utilizes the ancient mechanisms of the temple in order to move the raft throughout the attraction scenes. This allows for a controlled rapid experience where the raft vehicle can be timely paired with that of the show scenes, as well as still provide guests with that arbitrary nature that comes with a rapid attraction. Illustrated to the right, you can see our attraction plan. You enter through the temple to then board your rafts. The first scene takes you through the guarded riches of the temple held ever so dearly. Your raft then takes a dramatic turn and you find yourself in the serpent's lair. Themed as a ship graveyard, the serpent reveals itself and then you narrowly escape. You enter yet into another dismal graveyard, but this time it is plastered with plane wreckage. The Kraken appears, and once again, you just narrowly escape this beast. Both the serpent and the Kraken reappear and both battle right in front of your very eyes, but for your lives. The only way out is through the temple's tower, where you are met with a record-breaking drop for a raft ride of 55 feet. You just made it out of in the nick of time, and you get to see yet another day in the Triangle. Thank you, and we hope to see you soon in the Triangle.
Does anyone have questions?
Did you do any sort of breakdown on water things, like things where I would be in a swimsuit and attractions where I might get wet, but might actually see in another type of theme park as well? Like, for example, that last, like that plunge, that didn't seem like a water park ride necessarily, just a ride that had water around it. So do you have any like percentages?
If I had to do a percent off the top of my head, it'd be 90% of traditional water slides or water experiences where you'd want to be in a swimsuit, such as the aqua coaster that we discussed, such as the team raft rides or the plunge rides. And then really the only experiences that you would not necessarily need to be in a swimsuit would be our scavenger hunt maze and then this dark ride. Those two are something that you don't need to be in a swimsuit, but it won't hinder you if you are in a swimsuit.
Mm-hmm. And if I may build off that, that being said, how many times do you go on water rides that aren't theme parks or dry parks that you wish you could wear your bathing suit? So like you have Popeye's barges or any raft ride that tends to be in a water park, you get unbelievably soaked and then you're wet the whole day. So this way you can actually play off of that and build off of that experience and be in your bathing suit.
Yeah, you don't need a disposable raincoat. Come as you are.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.